Good morning, good afternoon, or good night. I'm your host, Adrian Conway. Welcome back to another episode. This is 212. Today, I hope that you are doing amazing, and I hope that you have had a unique way to start your week. I hope that you're motivated. Today, my charge to you is try something new for the very first time. While it's been a while since I've been able to challenge you, I've been busy challenging myself. A little over 8 weeks ago, this is about 2 weeks after the CrossFit Games have concluded, I came off of my third place finish. Not completely satisfied, but certainly very happy and making the consideration that it was a very successful summer and competition for me. I needed a new challenge. I started to think about what kind of training I could do that put me outside of my comfort zone a bit and also outside of the traditional means of the gym, which through the spring and the summer I spent a good amount of time in. My body now at 35 needs a little bit more of a break than it used to. And it's not that it needs a break doing nothing, but it just needs a break from the redundancy of movements that it often faces when I'm training for a sport like CrossFit. So I started to think, what would build some fitness for me, but offer a unique challenge? What is something that I could do that would conclude soon enough that also wouldn't tamper too much with training into the next season if I choose to throw my hat in the ring again in 2022? It became very evident to me that it was going to have to be around racing, specifically running. I was considering running a half marathon. My wife has done several half marathons, and I've in fact done a good bit of the meat of training to help her prepare for many of those. Now, I've never run 13.1 miles at once, but I'd probably run 12. With this in my mind, I took to social media. I made a post, and the post was like, hey guys, I'm looking for a new challenge. Give me an idea, any good races you think I should sign up for. I'm considering a half marathon. Then all of a sudden, the haters ensued. And I say haters not because they had bad intention, but because it's the way that I choose to frame their comments and their words. They said things like, oh yeah, a half is perfect. Don't do a whole, biggest regret of my life. Or yeah, a half is crazy in itself. Definitely don't do a marathon. You guys are getting out. You guys are picking up what I'm putting down, hopefully. I was challenged in a way that was indirect, but it challenged me greatly. And I saw where they had doubts as, cool, looks like something I should certainly do. The more comments that existed, the more comments that filtered through my direct messages there on Instagram, the more that I actually wanted to try a marathon. And then I was like, hold up, that's a long distance to run. What will be the negative effects on my strength? How about on my speed? How about on my lower body in itself, just training for this thing? I mean, I'm 200 plus pounds, and so I'm not the smallest guy out there running a full marathon. And then after an hour of consideration, I started looking up marathons. Before I even looked up what the training might look like and potential training outlines, I just started looking for marathons. And I saw one in the Salt Lake City area, relatively close to where I live, on Antelope Island, October 9th. I asked my wife if we had anything planned for that time, and if she would be cool if I ran a marathon on October 9th. She said, sure. So I did. I signed up. I committed. Now, I've never in my life wanted to run that far. Never in my life thought I would ever run that far. But in that moment, I felt challenged. And I know that when I sign up for something, I'll see it through. God willing, I stay healthy throughout the prep. So I signed up for the marathon. Then step 2 was immediately, how am I going to prepare my body for this strenuous activity? Now, that led me to searching all over the interwebs. I'm looking at different articles. I'm looking at different protocols, what a lot of elite runners do. But then I was like, okay, maybe I should look at more of an average human's training methodology and training protocol. So I dabbled with many different things and found a program that was going to help me prepare in 8 weeks, because it was a short 8-week cycle that I was able to actually train for this when I signed up. And I also reached out to a few friends, one specifically Chris Henshaw, who was awesome about giving me some very quick and important advice on how to prepare specifically for the long runs on my weekends, and how to kind of approach those in more of a cyclical fashion versus a linear fashion, where a lot of people commonly just get longer and longer as they prep for a full marathon, and that might not always be the wisest choice. So I called some audibles for the long runs in the program, and then I followed a program that was pretty similar to 3 to 4 days a week of running, 2 of those runs being longer, 1 being more moderate, and then 1 being a short recovery run, about 5 miles or so. And of course, the workouts and the distances and the intensities, it's all undulated throughout the week so that I wasn't ever really hitting 2 long runs in a row. A couple days of rest were sprinkled in, and or for me, some cross-training opportunities. I, throughout this prep, haven't felt more fearful of what my body will experience when I actually go out and run this thing for anything in my life, even the CrossFit Games. Yeah, I know what those events are going to feel like. They're going to be hurtful. They're going to hurt. They're going to be relatively short, most of them 20 minutes and below. But this, I've never done anything for more than 3+ hours ever in my life, not at once. So the unique challenge here is to see, can I balance my pacing? Can I swallow my pride and be humble enough to start as slow as I need to have success at the end? Can I trust my training? Did I put in the proper time in training? I've had some knee inflammation. I've had to back out of some of the workouts or scale them to a bike or go do a swim instead, just to lower the amount of pounding that was taking place. Because you see, to prepare for a marathon in 8 weeks versus your common 16, 20 week, even a 12-week block would have been a bit easier. I had to really introduce some direct stimulus immediately in order to catch myself up to speed and snuff to be able to withstand the 26.2 miles. Now, I have no specific goals for this. My goal is to actually do the marathon, but it scares me. Today, my charge to you, after a very long story, is to do something for the first time, and to do it within the next 8 weeks. Literally, I want to give you a call to action. Think about something that you've never done in your life athletically. Think about something you've never done in your life from a fitness perspective. Think about something you've never done in your life spiritually. Maybe you need to go reach out to someone. Maybe you need to walk up to a stranger and just say, hey, I go to this church. I don't know if you'd ever be interested, but I'd love to have you there. This is where we meet. I'll save a seat for you next Sunday. Come sit by me. You'd be more than welcome. Maybe you need to take your spouse on a date to a place you've never gone. Maybe you need to do an overnight trip in a unique and funny way that you've never done before. My encouragement to you is wide and vast, but it's direct in regards to, please take time today. Take 5 minutes, 10 minutes. I guarantee it's not going to take you long. Commit to something that you've never done before and make sure that you follow through with it in the next 8 weeks. It's a long window. It's a large opportunity. You can pick anything that you want. But I'm very confident in this. It will push you. It will make you grow. It will put you outside of your comfort zone, and you will learn something from it. The most valuable lesson that you're going to learn is that this is something we should all do much more often. I don't know exactly how it will turn out. I don't know exactly what you will choose, but I know that if you seek this type of growth, you and I both will keep rising. Have a great day. Go do something awesome.